Hello, guys. Welcome back to TFD. Today, we've got some heated WNBA news. Phoenix Mercury star Satou Sabally has once again sounded off on Commissioner Cathy Engelbert and the ongoing CBA mess that's hanging over the league like a storm cloud. And honestly, this one got spicy. Satou didn't hold back at all. She's culling out leadership, questioning where Cathy stands on the players' concerns, and demanding answers about the next steps in these collective bargaining talks. And she's not alone. Napheesa Collier is reportedly refusing to even sit down for negotiations, which makes you wonder, how exactly is this going to get resolved? And where's Nneka Ogwumike? Wasn't she supposed to be the voice of the players in all of this? Something's not adding up here. Now look, Sabally's frustration is understandable. These players want better pay, better travel, and more respect for what they bring to the game. But here's the thing. She's saying all this while her team is getting smoked in the finals. They're down 2-0 to the Las Vegas Aces, and with Asia Wilson and Jackie Young playing like monsters, it's looking rough. So maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the time to drop another CBA rant. You're on the verge of elimination. Focus up, regroup, and save the labor talk for after the season, right? But at the same time, Sabally's not wrong. This lockout threat is real, and if Cathy Engelbert doesn't act fast, the WNBA could be headed for chaos.
No, what's going to happen?
Well, collective bargaining, the contract will end, you might have a lockout.
I think I need to tie my shoelaces for tomorrow, and that's all my mind is on right now. But obviously, it will be very interesting to see if the league finally makes an effort into showing us that they value us, or seeing where their employees will go.
So, Satou Sabally said it'll be interesting to see if Cathy Engelbert and the league will actually put in some real effort into negotiations. And you know what? I've got one simple question for Satou. One question. How is anything supposed to get done, Satou, when the very people sitting on your players' board, the ones who are supposed to represent you, are refusing to even meet with Cathy Engelbert? Like, what are we doing here? How's progress supposed to happen when the people in charge of negotiations aren't even showing up? Are you even aware that Napheesa Collier, one of your top representatives, is refusing to meet with the commissioner? That's not some small detail. That's the entire future of your league at stake. We're talking about your 2026 WNBA season here. This isn't some distant maybe. This is what's going to determine your salaries, your benefits, your travel, your structure, your media rights, literally everything. And while all this is happening, Napheesa's out here making appearances, doing interviews, taking pictures with Kamala Harris, signing up for commercials, doing every kind of public thing possible, except actually sitting down to negotiate. Like, let's call it what it is. She's doing everything but her job as a player's rep. That's the truth. Now, don't get me wrong. I was fine when she went off on Cathy Engelbert the first time. The exit interview? Cool. I understood it. Players are frustrated, and there's plenty to be frustrated about. But when she name-dropped Caitlin Clark and even mentioned her $16 million deal, that's when she lost me. That was unnecessary. That was whack. You don't put another player's money out there like that. You don't. Still, whatever. I moved past that. You want to bomb on Cathy publicly? Fine. She's the commissioner. She can handle it. But to refuse to even meet with her afterward, that's not leadership. That's ego. And the craziest part is, this affects you too, Satou. This isn't just some distant boardroom fight. This is your next contract, your next season, your livelihood. If the CBA doesn't get done, you're the one who's going to feel it. So again, I ask, how's anything supposed to get done? If Napheesa won't meet and nobody on the player side is pushing her to meet, then what's the plan here? Do you guys even want a deal done? Because if you really did, somebody, anybody, would have called her and said, hey, Fee, look, we support you, we've got your back, but you need to sit down with Cathy. You need to get in that room. Put all the other stuff aside. Whatever personal beefs you've got, whatever frustration you're carrying, fine. But right now, we need progress. We need leadership. Has anyone done that? Has anyone stepped up to tell her that? Because from the outside, it doesn't look like it. You're doing everything but what it takes to move the needle. And look, Satou, you're in the finals right now. I get it. You're focused, you're competing, you're locked in. I don't expect you to stop in the middle of a championship run to deal with union politics. But still, a quick text, a short phone call, a message saying, hey, we need you in the room when this is over. That would go a long way. Because once this finals is done, that CBA clock starts ticking fast. And speaking of the finals, let's be real here. You guys are in trouble. Like, major trouble. You're down 20 in Game 2. Game 1 was a heartbreaker. You should have won that one. Phoenix had that in their hands. Alyssa Thomas had a chance to close it at the line, and she choked. Plain and simple. She let that game slip. And then Game 2? Total disaster. You got handled. It wasn't even close. The Aces ran you off the floor. After the first quarter, it was over. They outplayed you in every category. Jackie Young, she went nuclear, dropped 32 points on 12 for 20 shooting. That's wild efficiency. You couldn't guard her. Nobody could. And unless you figure out a way to contain her in Game 3, this series might be done before it gets interesting. And Asia Wilson, good Lord, she's doing whatever she wants out there. Alyssa Thomas can't stop her. Nobody can stop her. She's bullying everybody in the paint. She's getting every rebound, drawing every foul, and walking off the court smiling because she knows she's got y'all figured out. And you can't say the same on your end. Kalia Copper, love her energy, but last game, she couldn't stay in front of Jackie Young. Jackie was just too quick, too composed. Now, maybe things look different when y'all get back home. Maybe the crowd helps. Maybe the bench players finally wake up. Because right now, Dewana Boner, or as I like to call her, Dewana the Scammer, she's been awful. Straight up awful. And that's shocking coming from a vet of her caliber. Same with Sammy Whitcomb. She's been solid all year. Reliable shooter. But in the finals, she's disappeared. You can't win championships when your role players go missing like that. And here's the kicker. You got smacked in a game where the Aces bench didn't even go off. Dana Evans didn't cook. Joelle Lloyd didn't even need to go crazy. And they still beat you comfortably by 13. That's embarrassing. So yeah, you better figure out something fast for Game 3 in Phoenix. Because right now, the Aces are making y'all look like practice cones. But even beyond basketball, this is where it all ties back to the CBA stuff. Because how do you expect the league to take the players seriously when your own reps aren't taking things seriously? You're fighting on the court for respect, for visibility, for money, and at the same time, your union leader is too busy doing photo ops and talk shows to actually do the hard part, sitting down and hashing out a deal. That's not just bad optics, that's self-sabotage. And it's going to backfire on everybody, players, coaches, fans, and yes, even Cathy Engelbert. Because if this thing blows up, it's going to set the league back years. Look, Satou, you've been hooping. Nobody can take that from you. You've shown up in the finals. You've done your part. You're playing like someone who wants to win. But after the dust settles, when the season's over, this conversation is coming right back around. Because right now, the WNBA's future depends on people like Napheesa Collier getting serious. You can't just talk about equality, progress, or player empowerment in front of cameras and then ghost when it's time to do the paperwork. You can't be the face of a movement if you're not even showing up for the meetings that define that movement. So yeah, once this finals wraps up, Satou, maybe hit her up. Give her a call. Tell her, hey, let's lock in. Let's get this done. Enough of the sideshows. Let's focus on what matters. Because if you don't, then you're staring down a potential disaster for the 2026 season. And it won't just be about money. It'll be about credibility. It'll be about whether the WNBA can prove it's ready to evolve. Right now, it's looking shaky. Anyway, that's my take. What do you guys think? Are the players dropping the ball here? Or is Napheesa Collier out of line for skipping meetings with Cathy Engelbert? Should Satou and the others hold her accountable? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear from y'all. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We've got a lot more WNBA content coming. Breakdowns, reactions, all that good stuff.